So this week we talked about technologies in classrooms a lot and what that looks like in today's age. And the first video talked about video games, and the title of it was "Video Games Are Good for Your Soul." And they talked about how video games provide opportunity for children and how video games present a way that is a powerful learning for children. They said that video games are a literacy where production and consumption are creative, which means that kids are able to put themselves into a world where they um, are not physically but digitally they are, and they are able to create and do things that maybe wouldn't be as attainable as they would, but they're able to have that opportunity through the video games. And it talked about in the article how we seem to think that video games are bad for us, but um, they actually can be good if you consume it in the right way. How you consume it is really important, and if you play video games with thought and reflection and engage with the world around you, then I would definitely say that video games are good. Secondly, the second video talked about students using engaging technologies in collaborative learning environments where teachers are willing to and able to use technology to transform knowledge and skill. We talked about that was like the blurb in the very beginning, but it just was about technology in today's classrooms. And I feel like growing up in the late 90s and early 2000s, technology was definitely available for us, like in the computer labs and things like that. But today, children at toddler ages are given iPads, and they know how to maneuver them, and it is just so implemented in today's classroom for beneficial reasons, and it's just a more advanced age, and it's cool to see how that has progressed and how it will continue to progress. Um, and then the last video was talking about video gamers as well in this certain school, and it talked about children embracing change and how this generation wants to see change and improvement, to see overall how they are growing. Gamers' mantra is, if I'm not learning, it's not fun. Then it talked about how learning outside school impacts learning in school immensely, like worldly knowledge versus textbook knowledge, basically, and how can those two go together. And I think that with technologies, they're able to create that foundation and just like seamlessly continue the learning process. And that is a really good way that they link them together because both are such important ways of learning.